Hi swimmers, Corinne here. I just wanted to hop on to let you all know that this will be the last episode of My Safe Word is More. And it's actually a really good one. We have so enjoyed telling our stories to you guys and to each other over these last 2.5 years. But Al has a very rigorous touring schedule coming up, and it has become incredibly difficult to schedule the recording of these episodes. But you can go catch Al on tour by going to his Instagram page, Al Jackson IG, and see what city he's in and if it's one near you. And I hope that we will all come together and tell more stories with each other sometime in the future. Bye now.
Yay Media Group.
Welcome to My Safe Word is More with your hosts from Survivor and Amazing Race, Corinne Kaplan, stand-up comedian Al Jackson. I'm your producer, Chris, and this is My Safe Word is More.
Hello.
Chris is back.
I know. Welcome back, Chris.
Thank you.
We had Al doing the intro for the last
I can't wait to hear that.
Yes.
Yeah, you can wait. Yeah.
I am so excited to see you, that you're back.
Thank you
Welcome
so
back.
much. I'm happy to be back.
I also was traveling, though I didn't miss any episodes over it. So we're going to talk a little bit about...
That's kind of a dig right
Yeah.
there. Wow.
Yeah.
I still made it to work.
Yeah.
We're going to talk a little bit about my travels, and then we're a little all over the place today. I have a hate mail that goes with my travels, and then we've got like an incredible Go Naked as per usual.
Somebody's hating on your travels?
Well, they were hating on me. It was just ironic to hear where I was when they were sending this particular hate. I have an incredibly depressing, like worse than me having to announce my hysterectomy. I find very depressing news.
All right.
Yeah.
Worse than the hysterectomy.
Yeah, but you'll
Okay.
see why this is funny.
Okay.
And then, and then we're going to get into, there's a bullying group. We're just kind of all over the place today. So this may be the last time we record in this studio. Because
Yes.
Al is going to be moving in with his girlfriend. And so we're a little frazzled and it's bittersweet. We've been recording here for
And we should be honest with the
several years
listeners.
now.
My girlfriend is code for a homeless shelter. That's
He's
where I'll be.
moving to
Just
the-
kidding. 6th floor of the YMCA. Come find me, ladies.
So
Yeah, the end of an era.
I know, we're gonna make this a good one. All right, so I was traveling. I don't often go to conferences anymore. I used to with my prior jobs. And in this job capacity, I never talk about my job on here because it's just totally separate from my podcast life. But in this case, it's relevant. So I went to a conference. I actually begged my company to let me go to this because it was a conference that focused on trans patients, trans care, legislation in Utah, and just a lot of, it was in Zion, which is in Utah. And I have, as most people do, not the most comprehensive understanding, medically speaking, of what trans patients have to go through, and the laws in Utah are really fucked up. And just like understanding how to get around those and what people are doing. And there were social workers there were therapists there, and then there were obviously physicians. And so I really went because I care about the cause. And there wasn't a ton of actual selling that I was meant to do. I was really there to get to meet these other people in the space and understand. And so I wanted to read the hate mail I received while I was there. Because it's just unbelievably timely.
These haters.
Yes.
Jesus.
So, all right. So first, let's talk about the person that sent the hate mail. This person identifies with she, they pronouns. And the first line of this bio says, queer and mean. And I just want to say that, like, when you're a fun, bitchy gay, you don't have to say that. Like, it's not necessary to say that in your title.
Right.
It's really... it doesn't read as like you think it does. And then the second line of the bio says, the only good white supremacist is a dead one.
All right.
I don't disagree. I'm very publicly Jewish. So I'm wondering why this person has reached out to me. And I would like to note that I've been on TV since 2008. I have never, in all the hate mail, and there's plenty, I have never, ever, ever gotten queer hate mail. I just never have. And so,
Wait, you mean you've never gotten hate mail from a person that identifies as being queer?
correct, not
All
ever.
right. So this is a little losing your virginity.
I mean, they're
here.
kind of your people.
They are my people. And it's always very questionable. Like, I'm like, is this person just faking. Like, it's just, it never happens. But this is what was written to me. Ugly, hateful, worthless hag. You are everything about whiteness that deserves to be destroyed. You're vile.
Oh.
And I was sitting at a trans conference learning about queer rights.
Usually that's being shouted out of a bullhorn. It's insane.
I'm so confused about I'm everything about whiteness that deserves to be destroyed. What? Like, what?
Why the
like
white thing?
I don't know. I don't know why my whiteness.
Is this person white?
Yes.
This is white on white crime.
It's very bizarre. Like, I'm not sure. You need to be like, look, if you're going to send hate mail, give examples. What is it about my whiteness that is wrong?
Wait,
what
so
am I
I want
doing
to
wrong?
set the table. We have a white queer advocate in
Yes.
you that is getting hate mail from a white person that identifies as being queer.
Yes.
Okay.
And I am very publicly Jewish. So clearly, I'm not the white supremacist problem.
Where's it coming from? Is
I
this
don't
a
know.
Survivor thing?
One would assume.
What? Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Anyways, this person is at Ultraviolet Dummy. They only have 24 followers.
Oh.
Yeah. So
there's
you know,
where the anger is coming from.
if you feel that if you'd like to reach out, I'm going to even put the photo of Shan up on the video. So if you're not watching the video, please watch on Spotify or my safe word is more YouTube, because I don't fuck around with this kind of stuff. I'm not going to protect the identity of you, asshole.
I
So-
just don't understand. If there was one thing that they were pointing to, like in this scene in Survivor, were you told so and so
Yeah.
to fuck off?
Yeah, the sugar speech.
Yes.
Something. Yeah.
Just nothing. Just your
No,
overall
just my
affect.
overall. Yeah.
I just want to tell UV Light 24 or whatever. There were so many other people that you could have sent this to.
Mhm.
I would dare to say tens of millions of people. The fact that you ended up on Corinne is just really an indictment of your inability to just do baseline level research. If you want to hate on somebody, there's so many people for so many reasons. But a queer advocate that is Jewish, like, just dig a little deeper. There are horrible people everywhere.
Mhm.
Drive around your city, you'll find them.
Yeah. I was listening to like a suicide prevention talk for people who come out as I'm getting this. Like, it's unbelievably ironic.
Did you think that they sent that to everybody in the group during the talk? Like, if you get a message like this is how
Yeah.
to not yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I hate when I don't understand they all say the same, like the worthless hag. That's like a very common rhetoric. And I don't know why you guys aren't more creative.
Worthless hag.
Yeah.
They think that's like a good dig to,
It's
get
not.
at you on some level. But I'm more confused by the whiteness part.
Yeah, it's all a very confusing situation. Okay, so the second story from Zion that I'd love to share is this. We all know that I take Ambien. And if there was a rehab for Ambien, I'm sure I'd be in it. There isn't. I know.
There probably is.
I think you'd have to take it more than just like to sleep at night.
Okay. I mean,
Well-
people OD on children's Tylenol, so I'm sure Ambien's up there.
All right. Well, I'm not going to rehab for it. Well, so here's the deal. I am pretty good. I've been doing it for so many years. I slip up here and there with a text message or I eat too many gummy vitamins, but I know my limits. I can actually be out on Ambien for a little bit. Not long, but a little bit. So
What's the window?
About an hour.
Okay.
So usually what I will do is I will go to a bar. I will get a drink. I will put my order in to go for dinner when I'm traveling. And I will have a drink at the bar. I will take an Ambien with that drink. And then when I get home, as soon as I get home, I will eat and then I will go to sleep. And that's perfectly fine. I've done that 5,000 times. And often, because I obviously travel with Elise a lot, Elise is very, like, I've never done anything weird or embarrassing at all. But she's like my chaperone in case. Well, this time, what happened is I went for a very long hike and I did not understand how long it was. I was a little lost. And when the hike ended, it was very late. The sun doesn't set in Zion until like 8:40. So it was super late, even though it didn't seem that late. And the restaurants were closing and I was kind of pressed for time. So I just went straight to the restaurant. And then what happened is when I got home, it meant I needed to shower before I ate. That's
Okay.
the only difference, okay? Which tacked on some time. I don't remember anything.
We call that time the danger zone.
It's ambo tripping time. And here's what happened. The next morning, I woke up and I'm going to stand up so that the camera can catch what this looks like. This is a couple days later. It was worse. Hold on.
I'm like, please be a neck tattoo.
No. Do you see what's happening?
You have major leg bruising.
Yeah. Strange
But
round bruises on your calf.
massive.
And
Massive.
back of the,
On the calf.
hamstring.
Back of the calf.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think I did an old person move and maybe I fell in the shower.
But how would you injure the back of your calf if you fell in the shower?
I don't know. But it is describe how large that is.
I mean, it's a
Fist
it's
size bruise.
usually you see that bruise at trial, on
Yes.
a Polaroid.
Yes.
But so that's a serious bruise, dog.
And I also have bruising, but they've gone away on my arm. So something happened. Okay, I got into an altercation with my garbage can,
Yeah.
or the shower floor,
Or some girls downtown that were talking shit out of the car.
I don't know what happened, but I had to walk around the conference with I brought dresses and skirts with this just fully on display, and it was black. It was so dark. It looks better now because it's been a few days, but it was.
Did anybody ask you about it?
Yeah, they did.
Oh my goodness.
And I was like, I guess I fell on the hike. I did not fall on the hike.
Yeah, did they tell you to order an angel shot at the bar in case you? In case you're look
such
if you
a
need
great
if you need help. Tell everybody what an angel shot is.
It's if you're getting human trafficked, or if you think the guy is dangerous. If you order an angel shot, the bartender knows you're in trouble.
Yeah, what if the bartender just thinks that's a real shot and just brings you and the guy attacking you? Yeah, let's get him a little drunker.
Cheers.
Yeah, that's double shot of Kettle One, right? Yeah.
Okay, when we get back from this break, I'm going to tell you what I deem to be the most depressing thing to have happened in the last 10 years of my life.
That's a big deal.
I know. Pony up. Okay, this is hard for me to talk about, okay?
All right. I have no idea what you're about to say, so I'm looking in your eyes trying to get ahead of it.
You're not gonna.
All right.
No.
A one Mr. Mark Hoppus. Do you, Chris knows because I told him the story. Do you know who Mark Hoppus is?
I did not know, though.
No.
He is one of the frontmen of Blink-182.
Oh, that sounds like when you find out your teacher's first name. You're like, what's up, Mark Hoppus? Yeah.
Well, Mark Hoppus is my top number one crush. I have loved him for as long as I can remember. A little background. When I moved from New York to LA, I had a billion friends that were publicists, and what they have when they're throwing a party is they have what's called a tip sheet. And so I sent my list of top 10 that if you see these people on a tip sheet, please tell me immediately. I want to go to the event. And
wait, what's a tip sheet?
Tip sheet. So when they're throwing the event, that's how they're getting people journalists to come
Which
be on
celebs
carpet.
will be there?
Right, who's going to be there? So
Okay.
I sent this out. Number one was always Mark Hoppus. Number two was Dave Matthews. I, by the way, got to meet all 10 people on my tip sheet. Mark Hoppus was doing a surf rider event in Long Beach, at a charity for surfing accidents or something. And a friend of mine was like, it was years after I had moved there. And she's like, my friend Lauren Magbu, she was like, we have Mark Hoppus on a tip sheet. Fucking say less. I went, I met him. I have a picture with him. I'll put it up. I love this man. So a couple weeks ago.
Were you cool when you met him, or were you weird?
No, I was fucking cool.
Okay.
I was cool.
I believe you.
Shockingly, I was very cool. He was cool. It was very cool all around. I wish we didn't have elf cameras at the time because the photo is fucking shitty, but you can tell it's me and Mark. And I post it once a year. So anyway, I love this man. He wrote, about 3 weeks ago, it was released. He wrote a memoir.
Okay.
I was like, fuck yes. It's only been out for just a few weeks. It's already on clearance.
Oh.
I went to buy his audiobook and I go, why is Mark Hoppus's audiobook $5 less than Franny's? What's happening?
No.
Anyways.
I think it's what's been happening.
My God, it is the worst.
Or not been happening.
It's the worst piece of trash.
Is it?
I was 9 chapters in, why am I still hearing about your parents' divorce? What is this? Who greenlit this?
Oh. Is it self-produced?
No. He's very famous, no? And he had help writing it, and it is written, which I'm going to get to that in a second. But I want you guys to understand that I'm on chapter 26. I'm not even close to the end of this. I don't know how many. I couldn't figure out how many chapters there are, but I'm personally on chapter 26.
That could be your last chapter if you want it to be.
It's not, because it's a 7-hour audiobook.
Oh, get
Oh
the
my
fuck! I was at the
God.
history of baseball.
Some
Get out of
chapters-
here.
Some chapters are like one paragraph. Like, who greenlit any of this? Why? Why did they embarrass him like this? And the writing, you guys, the writing. Oh, the writing is it's so rough. And so what it reminded me of, I feel like you guys well, I can tell from the how well the clips did when I talked about eating erasers and storing toilet paper rolls.
Mhm.
You guys like to hear some of the shit I did as a kid. So something I have never talked about that I didn't think was weird or anything, it's just what I thought of when I read this book, is when I was a little kid, like I'm talking as soon as I learned how to write, so first grade, second grade-ish, I had this perception. I can only explain it as you think people would say, like, when I become really famous, I won't forget about the little people. Well, in my mind, I thought I'm going to be so incredibly popular as an adult and like as a teen that I'm going to forget about baby Corinne. And so I want to remember what baby Corinne is going through. So I wrote letters to myself all the time. I have hundreds of them.
To your future self.
To my future, right, to big Corinne. And so I'd write a letter to myself and I'd say, you are 9 years old. You really like your best friend, Julie. Everyone hates Francine, like whatever it is. I wrote tons of letters. This memoir reads
When
like
you
the
say
letters.
tons, give me a real number, a real estimate.
There's probably at least 100 of them.
Oh, you are a crazy
And
person.
I wrote them from
That's
first.
so crazy.
I didn't think it was.
Well, it's kind of like a diary thing, but
It was just letters to
But
myself.
letters,
from-
did you cut the letters out of magazines? That's
No,
the
no,
only
no.
thing that would have made it crazier.
No, but they were, I could barely write, and I would spend a lot of time writing these elaborate letters to myself. And I did it from probably, like, let's say about first grade. And those letters are short and I can't write that well. Till maybe 7th grade, I want to say. Yeah. And so I would write them, I don't know, maybe 15 letters a year or something like that.
And wait, you would put them in an envelope?
Yes. And seal it.
And then do
And
what?
then all over the secret, nobody but Corinne can read. And they're still sitting there somewhere. I think my mom has them.
I just feel like that's a spin-off podcast
A
series.
whole-
have you
yeah.
busted any of them open to read them?
I did look at a few. So I have a really hard time. I've said this before. Like, I can't look at baby pictures of myself. This is going to sound dark. I don't mean it to. But I think I really disappointed baby Corinne. And so I don't want to hear baby Corinne. Like, it would be hard for me to read them.
Yeah. Dear Corinne, I know you're reading this in the back of a limo.
Right. That is what I thought. Like, I really thought that my life was going to be so extraordinary that I would have trouble remembering my roots. And so I wrote about it.
That's
This is
so great.
True.
It's just like, I just think about you and me roughly around the same age, and just my self-esteem wasn't even low because that would have to be like something that's measurable. I did not think I took account for like me being like a fully formed person. So I never even thought about my future ever. Even through college, I was just like, I don't know. Like, I didn't start to like have a career until I was like almost late 20s, 30s. Like, I had no plan. I just wandered around life. I had no, the idea that I would be famous in any way was ludicrous.
I started making my parents video me practicing commercials from like 1st or 2nd grade. Like, I would memorize the commercial and then I'd make my mom film me and then I would watch it back and critique it and then I make her film it again. Yeah, there's a lot of
Can
footage.
you remember any commercial that you
Yes.
like? Give me one.
Reynolds Wrap can freeze. Reynolds Wraps right. Fights freeze or burn. You're gonna learn how Reynolds Wrap can freeze. Takes the cold, takes the heat from casseroles to dinner meat. Use Reynolds Wrap to freeze.
Did you need the cadence to be like if you were
okay,
also
good. I'm gonna give
turning
you one of
double
these.
Dutch? Why were you saying
I don't know
it so
why
fast?
that's like, but I would.
That was impressive.
Thank
That
you.
was.
I mean, I memorized all these commercials, and back then, like, commercials were kitschier than they are now, And I liked a lot of the toy commercials and stuff, and I just was like, I'm gonna start. I mean, my mom, right? Like, I got an agent when I was in 4th grade. We'll put that picture up as well. I'm wearing suspenders in this fucking terrible shot.
Was he creepy?
No, I had a female agent. I was actually repped by. Damn it, I'm gonna forget it.
Ghislaine Maxwell.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
No, it was like a division of Wilhelmina. Like it was like a good
Oh, that's
agency.
a good one.
I know.
Yeah.
I barely got any work, but I was so sure that I was going to be so fucking famous. Like it was just going to be. I had a microphone and an amp that I would just wheel out into the family room and just be doing shit on. Yeah,
But
now
you're still currently on TV. You're right now on a popular podcast. Like, I don't understand what else did you want? Did you want to be
Oh.
like Christy Brinkley 89 famous?
yeah, I just thought I was going to be like really famous.
I think you would hate that.
No, I don't think I
No,
would.
wait, I take that back. I think you would. I think Chris and I would hate that.
I would hate it. You would love it.
Yeah.
I would
I don't
hate
think
it.
I should be able to go to the grocery store.
Yeah, without like
Yeah, I remember I looked at Vanessa now Lachey, but she was Manillo, when I had filmed Survivor, but I wasn't on it yet. And we were walking through Union Square in Manhattan. And I was like, in a few months, I won't be able to walk through here. And she's like, I'm on TRL and we're both walking through here. Like,
it's fine.
she was like, you're really overestimating how popular that show is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you could do anything now. I don't know. I got recognized a couple of times on the street from the Popeye's chicken viral video.
Yeah,
But
that was
it's
a
like-
classic.
DBL, I got recognized a lot, but it was on every single day, and it still took like 3 or 4 years,
Mhm.
and it was on every day, year round. I mean, it takes a minute because everybody is so in their own. Like, there's basketball players that could walk in here. Your goddamn best friend is a basketball player. And you didn't know any of his career.
None.
Like, everybody's got these little niche celebrities now where they're like,
Yeah.
oh, you don't know that show Swamp Busters? I love that guy. I'd panic if I met him. And you're like, what the fuck is that show? Who's that guy? Like, everybody's got a million different people
Yeah.
that are celebrities to them.
Yes.
But you're a celebrity to us, Coco.
Thank you. The only reality TV shows I ever liked was John and Kate plus 8. I have a whole John Gosselin story I'll tell at some point. But today she uploaded the first photo in a very long time with 4 of the 8. And I zoomed in. I was like, what does Aiden look like? What does Joel look like? Like,
You know who they are?
Yeah, I know all their names. Yeah. I was a big fan. Okay, we're gonna go to break. And then when we come back, I've got some really, really good. I've got a good naked. I mean, they're always good, but
I
this one,
cannot
Chris, you laughed out
wait.
loud, right?
It's great.
It's very
Okay,
good.
good.
Yeah, so we're gonna do that and some other stuff. So we'll be right back. Okay, so we're gonna get into a go naked, but first I just want to tell a story of something that happened that was very upsetting. And as people write in, they want to vent. Well, you know what? I've got a microphone and I have something to say. I went to a shitty country / EDM. The EDM part is not really a thing, but like they basically just put like tracks behind country music. It was called Boots and Beats. If it comes to your city, fucking skip it. It was very bad. I know a little bit about DJing, and this man was not DJing. He pushed play on something and then took a microphone and kept screaming, "What's up, Denver?" Nowhere near the turntables.
But he had turntables set
There
up.
were turntables set up behind him. He never got behind them.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
It was insane. Anyway, I'm in the front row and I make friends with like girls around me. I like, this girl that she was pretty. I make friends with pretty girls. She was pretty. Her name was Sadie. And she was standing next to me and she had a dumpier friend. So I was really only talking to her. And and so Sadie was like,
The dumpier friend could add Coke.
So she was
Not
probably...
that you're into that. You
No.
got to say that in 2025.
But so she was probably, I'm gonna put her at 22-ish. And she says to me, she's like, I just moved here with my friend from Texas. We've like done nothing. And I go, what are you doing here? Leave immediately and go to the Grizzly Rose. You are wasting your time here. And so we have this great conversation and we're kikiing and she's just adorable. And I'm there with my friend Jess. And so I start to walk away from Sadie and this total stranger comes up, and this was basically 90% females at this godforsaken show, like my least favorite demographic. And all these girls are drunk, and so they're so pretty. Everyone's complimenting. I love your outfit, which is just it was one huge bathroom line, basically, right? So this girl comes by, and she thinks she's being complimentary, and she goes, "Oh my God, you two are beautiful," and she points to Sadie and I was like, "Thank you," and she goes, "Mother-daughter?"
Oh. Oh.
man.
I wanted to
Oh.
cut a hole in the ice and just slip through it.
Oh.
I was devastated. Like I couldn't get my night back. And like
Yeah, that's a night ender.
Well,
That's
the
a
crazy
night-
thing is, like, Jess has a kid who's 26. Jess is my age. It is reasonable that I could be her mom. And poor Sadie was like, oh my God, she doesn't look that old. And I'm like, everyone, you're making it worse.
Right.
And she's like, well, I think you're beautiful anyway. I was like, I got it
Yes. There's nothing like I think you're beautiful anyway. That's
for a mom.
Ugh. I would click on your thumbnail on Pornhub. You're believable as a mom.
Oh, you guys. Anyways,
Frustrated mom whose husband's out of town.
so
So sad.
it was fucking
Oh
sad.
my God.
So to make me feel better, let's go to a much sadder story on Go Naked. All
Hit
right.
me with it.
So this story, by the way, they changed the name of Go Naked. Sonia, Eliza, Lindsay, roll call. How the fuck? Why did they? So anyone who's not already in the group, they've now called it Hoss of Go Naked. Haus.
What does that
Oh,
mean?
like house
Like,
couture?
Yes.
Like
Oh.
that's actually oat.
Yeah.
It's
but
oat.
but Hoss is
So
Oat
it's
couture.
yeah. This is the house, but there's like the Hoss of.
Oat go naked.
oh, why?
Oh, that's how it's pronounced.
Yeah.
Oh, Hoss.
Yeah,
More like oat.
You're just gonna say it the way that you want to say it
I thought
anyway.
you sure.
Oat couture.
I believe Chris probably knows me.
Okay. Anyway, you can catch me at the Cannes Music Festival.
Yes.
Okay. So this person says a bit of a vulnerable post. Our house got raided for reasons I'm not going to discuss.
If you want to find out, look up at the Freedom of Information Act.
Our house got raided.
For reasons I'm not going to discuss. And then she goes on to say, it's irrelevant to this post. I don't think it is.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
irrelevant to nothing.
The whole post, all I want to know now is why your house got raided.
And that's the only reason you're posting.
And then she says, it was innocent and things are fine, but my house is a disaster. I don't think they raid innocent people's homes.
Well, as a black man, I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
I look, there was some shit going on
raid?
because
An organized raid?
if you raid the wrong house, the money that it costs you, the lawsuits.
Yes.
So sometimes you'll get a thing where they raid the wrong house where they'll be like, okay, we're gonna raid Corinne. She's 159 and they get, 157.
Yes, I have seen
But
that.
they knew they were going
Well,
to that house for a reason. They all those SWAT team members don't get up at 4 a.m. for no reason.
No.
Yeah.
No, tell me what happened. And like she says, she goes, we got raided for reasons I'm not going to discuss. Not we got raided and it was an accidental. No, there were reasons.
Yeah.
Okay. Then she says, who can I get to come help me get it back in order? Mostly folding clothes and putting them back in drawers, getting things back in place, etc. I just need a friend that won't judge for the situation and will just help. I'm not helping you if you don't tell me why you got raided.
She's like, all right, it rhymes with dentanol. Yeah.
Well, I was thinking it rhymes with mild phonography.
Yeah, there might be. That was underneath. Let's hide the fentanyl underneath the child porn.
So,
just in case. What a dirt bag. And in the meantime,
know.
fun fact, you could be folding clothes right now instead of posting.
And that's what Chris said. He's like, folding clothes is your issue?
How many clothes do you have?
I think she wanted to vent. Because
minutes.
here's the thing, because if Corinne was in this state, Corinne would have gone 100%. And at first, you would walk in. She's
Yes, I
like,
definitely would have gone. Are you kidding?
She'd have been like, thank you so much for coming and thank you for respecting my
I'm like,
privacy.
don't mind me. I'm just videoing
Yeah.
all of this for my podcast.
And if you just played it cool and you just started folding clothes and didn't ask anything, she clearly wants to vent. So you just sit there and you go, oh, okay, yeah, everything's cool. This doesn't seem too damaged. She's like, my husband didn't do it,
Yeah.
like within 30
Yes,
seconds.
yes,
She
yes.
would come out because she wants to say it. So, but she wants somebody to be there. So while they're folding clothes, she can vent and slowly see how open you are to whatever she's saying.
Yeah. I don't know what. You know, a friend that isn't going to judge is someone who's actually your friend, not a stranger on the Facebook page.
Yeah. Yeah. You're going to be 2 minutes in and it's going to be like, who can tell if they're 18 or 15?
Yeah.
Who? Yeah. That is such a cry for help mixed with pure laziness.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Pure
amazing.
laziness is right. Okay. So we're going to round out today with something very, very strange and fun that I found because So basically, the person that I've been seeing, we call him Stevie Goodtimes, right? I told him about.
Think he was involved in that raid.
Yeah. I told him about.
Stevie Goodtime Safe House.
Not relevant though.
No, he was innocent. So I told him about the Facebook groups. He doesn't listen to this podcast. I told him about Go Naked and Vouch Dating and Are We Dating the Same Guy? And he's like, I got something for you. And I was like,
No.
I love when people come to me with new ideas. Love. And I was a little fucked up when he told me about it. And he goes, there's this crazy bitch in my neighborhood that started an anti-bullying page because she feels like she's being bullied. And it's a public group on Facebook. And I was like, what? So he tells me. So I'm not going to give out the name of the neighborhood. So it's something neighborhood. New person versus bullies.
Okay.
Sarah, with a last name I won't go into, she posted, I have been continuously bullied by numerous neighbors in my new neighborhood, and apparently it is not illegal or considered harassment by the police. So in hopes of them eventually ceasing and leaving me alone to be at peace from now on, I'm just going to make them go viral and expose their bullying behavior. Stay tuned for more information.
Okay.
All right. So I, as I mentioned, I had been doing a bit of drinking, and I had to click join the group, right? And then she
Yeah.
had to approve my membership. And so I wake up the next day and I got into the group.
Yeah, no shit.
You want to know how many people are in this group?
Please tell me just you. Yes.
3 people. And no, first of all, she didn't think to ask, why is the bully from Survivor in this group? I'm not on the side. I'm the bully. You let the bully in the group.
You should have gone on.
Infiltrated the group.
Yeah.
It wasn't hard.
I'm on here just to practice for next season, dummy.
Not even like incognito.
It's actually my profile picture is the sailor hat podcast picture. Like I'm super identifiable.
You know what it is? It's just like she was so anxious to double the number of members by
She was like,
33%.
we're going viral now.
That she was just like, whoever wants to get in here.
And I need you to understand when the group was developed in December of 2024. So it's kind of been out there for a minute.
Yeah.
She doesn't have any questions as to how I ended up
So it's
finding
her and you
it.
and,
And then somebody else.
I wonder who.
Did you comment on the page?
I assume her mother. No,
You-
there's nothing on the page. I was waiting for her to put, because when she posts some shit, I'm going to get involved.
Yeah, but like, why
She
don't you initiate like, so, you okay? Everything good? Like, you should
Sarah,
just.
I haven't heard from you.
Yeah. Did the bullies get the best of you? Are you getting your ass handed to you behind the stands in a high school football stadium?
She's like a 55-year-old adult. I know. You're right. I should get more involved here.
Yeah, we need to check on her. This is a wellness check at this point. Can I go in there?
You can.
Oh,
if
you know,
want to.
it's gonna end up being Sarah in there, and she's too nice. She's gonna be like, "Are you okay for real?" Like,
Oh my God. It's so good.
that's so funny.
You guys, please, if you have groups that you think I should check out, I love doing this shit.
Wait, should
Write
we have
in.
the swimmers just all?
Join this group.
Yes, like out in one day, she's like,
But she
you
doesn't-
have.
All of a sudden, there's 150
No,
members.
3,653
But she's-
requests.
She has no information. She's not updated the page at all. She's not calling out the bullies.
Let's help her.
Yeah, I think. Okay, let's just be mean for a second.
Yeah.
If we can. Let's all the swimmers get on the page, and then take it over and start ghosting her. Just start talking about anything but bullying
mean,
her, and she's like, "Hey guys, thanks for joining," and we do not
listen,
address her
I can't-
ever.
I just call
Whose
the
house
page.
got raided?
Yeah.
I'm like,
What's up, Chris? Let's go. Who won the Packers game? Just
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
She's like, "What's happening? I'm
Yeah.
being bullied, guys."
I mean,
we mute her.
I should invite the bad hate mail.
Oh.
Shan, this is how bullying actually works.
Yeah, she just did something but
Yeah.
set up a platform for 24/7 bullying.
Yes.
All right,
Anyways, okay.
I'm joining this group. Fuck that.
Chris, final thoughts, please.
You know,
sir.
I once had my house raided.
What?
So I'm in college. I'll tell it fast.
Okay.
There's like
You don't
6
have
of
to.
us that live in the house. And one of the guys that lives in the house, he happens to sell stuff.
Mhm.
And he's got a lot of it in the house.
Yeah.
And he's just the one of the dudes. And we're like, whatever, I don't care. So one day we're sitting at the house and the landlord, he pulls in his pickup truck and he goes, hey there. I just got a call from the police. I guess they're about to raid the house.
Fuck.
Okay, well, we'll see you later. And he pulls away. And we're like, what? What? So the guy who sells all the stuff, he gets it all and he gets it in his car and we all get everything
Yeah.
we can and we get in our cars and we drive away. And as we're driving away, there's cops coming.
By the way, you're
How
not
many-
supposed
wait,
to have
how
a heads
many?
up.
I know, but the cops called the landlord
They
to
probably
alert him.
know him, yeah.
And the landlord drove over and alerted us. And we
Wow.
got everything out of there and got away. And like we pulled across the street to someone's friend and we all sat on the front lawn of the house had a beer and whatever and watched like 10
Holy
cops
shit.
raid our house from across the street.
What did they have with them?
They just had a bunch of cop cars.
Didn't no guns out or anything?
No.
Okay.
But it was like 10 cops in a small town and they raid the house and they search and they don't find one thing.
Shout out to your
And then-
landlord.
And we're all watching.
Yeah.
And
You
the
should- I
landlord
hope you gifted the
saved.
landlord.
I don't think I really would have gotten in trouble, but the guy who had all the stuff would have been in prison for life.
Oh,
Damn.
wow.
That happened.
Damn.
That's a benefit to the no snitching culture.
Yeah.
F that.
Saved by the landlord.
I love it. They're about to raid your house. What heads up?
Crazy.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's why people listen to this podcast, because it's not just a podcast about life. That would be selling ourselves short, Corinne.
It's a podcast about how Fahrenheit 182, the memoir by Mark Hoppus, is not very good.
Oh, it's a bad title.
Womp.
That's all bad.
Oh,
Yeah, I think somebody already got that title.
That's awful.
Love ya.